Hey, what's going on, fellow captains? Muse here. So we have the Ignis Purgatio, hopefully I pronounced that right. It is basically an American Nagato. Pretty much a Nagato, but it gets an American commander, and it gets a little bit better pen than the standard Nagato. So it's a ship that there's literally memes out there. I saw one by Vaz Vegas in one of the World of Warships groups that they basically say if you see the Ignis Purgatio or the Ragnarok, which is the IJN version of this, on your team, you've already lost. We're going to try to prove that wrong. It's not, I don't, a lot of people hate this ship. A lot of people say this ship is just absolute trash. I don't have issues in this ship. I actually do well every time I take it out. I can't even remember a game I've taken this thing out and done under 100k damage. I do really, really well in it. It hits like a truck. The accuracy is not always the most amazing, but it's consistent for the most part, and this thing does just absolutely hit like a truck, especially because you get to put an American commander on there. That means you can put New Jersey on there. And New Jersey just cranks up the damage this thing does. And you're going to see in the featured battle, you already saw some of it in the montage, but you're going to see in the featured battle, like, when it hits hard. It hits hard. Some of those hits weren't even getting the 10k, the 10-kilometer bonus, and they were still just absolutely hurting people. But let's go ahead, get into the build and the stats on this thing. So for our upgrades, here in slot 1 we have main battery mod 2. Slot 2 we have steering gears mod 2. And slot 3 we are running the concealment. So moving on. take a look at the consumables. So we have our standard damage control. Nothing big there. Repair party, nothing amazing, but it's a heal, we'll take it. Here's the exception, main battery reload booster. Yes, you get a main battery reload booster on the Ignis Purgatio, so it's a Nagato with a main battery reload booster and better pen. Higher velocity shells. It's kind of nasty. People think this is a bad ship. Survivability, 50,000 hit points, 25% torpedo damage reduction. So on the guns, we're going to have 8 410mm guns. On my build, they are going to go out to 16 kilometers, 28-second reload, 26-1 on the traverse time, 6,000 damage, and 26% fire chance on the HE, and 12,595 damage on the AP. So then moving over to the AA, you have none, it's trash. Don't count on the AA if you're in a carrier game. Find a safe place. Yeah, because it's not pretty. Maneuverability for speed, we have 24.3 knots. We're kind of slow. Turning circle is 770, and the rudder shift is 9.7. And then for our detectability, we have 12.8 kilometers. By air, 10.7, and always is guaranteed 2. Armor, it's IJN battleship. You don't have any. Yeah, it's non-existent. So be really careful with your tanking. You don't even really have a whole lot for belt. You do have this torpedo bubble, which I just flashed and I'll bring up again here in a second. Citadel is disgusting. It's above the waterline. It's massive. If you go broadside to somebody, you're going to end up crying. It does have a little bit of turtleback. That ain't going to help. That thing is just disgusting. There's that torpedo protection. Wrapping around the Citadel. Not going to do much to protect that Citadel, but it will let you take some torps, basically. Citadel's gross. Don't get hit there. That's all I have for you on that. Typical IJN armor scheme. So here's the overview on the ship. I'm not going to read all that. It's a huge Warhammer story because that's where this ship comes from, is the Warhammer event, so I'm sure it'll be back in the store. This and the Ragnarok are sure to be back. I'm pretty sure they come back once a year, as well as the commanders for the event. Alright, so looking at the commander, we have New Jersey. First perk, we have Good Day's Work, Damage Control Party Cooldown. Second perk, we have Gyrating Drill Bits. That's going to give us better traverse and some more damage on the battleship guns. Firefighter in the third spot, Damage Control. So that's a mitigation here. Try to make us a little less vulnerable. And for the fourth perk, we have New Jersey's special perk, which gives us a lot more damage on citadels and some better dispersion. Then down to the legendary perk, we have Fight Fire with Fire. That's all I run. I don't run Will on anything. I don't think I have a single battleship with Will. New Jersey's base trait is going to give us extra damage at 10 kilometers or more. And then for our inspirations, we have Cunningham for the grouping. And Mr. Ciliax for even more damage. And this thing hits like a truck. An absolute truck. Big, giant Nagato guns. It's a beautiful thing at tier 6. So let's move over and get into our featured battle with this, which you saw in the montage. So yeah, we're on Northern Waters in the American Nagato, the Ignis Purgatio. The ship, they say, if it's on your team, you've already lost. It's just that bad. It's so bad that it's going to end up doing 160,000 damage, 2,600 base XP, 3 kills. Absolutely atrocious. Can't do anything with it. I don't get why people say what they say about this ship. Even the Ragnarok, which is the IJN Nagato from this event, is not that bad. Is not that bad. I don't have quite the games I seem to have in the Ignis in the Ragnarok, but I don't have bad games in Ragnarok either. So we're gonna start off here. We spawned over on the Charlie Cap. We're gonna roll out to our flank. And this pretty much ends up just being a massacre. I'm gonna take like a big hit here in the beginning. And then after that, we're just gonna slap the taste out of everybody's mouth. There was a couple times I got some big hits, but they could have been even bigger. My guns got caught on like the islands or the mountains. One shot in particular, I really wish my guns would have fully cleared, because I think I might have actually full health dev struck the dude had all my guns cleared. But we'll get to that when we get there. So everyone's rolling out, kind of boring right now. Not a lot happening. Typical beginning of a game. And as long as you understand what you're dealing with this ship, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Like, yeah, it's not very tanky. It's capable of tanking. You know, you got to know your ships, and you got to know what you can tank and what you can't tank. As you're going to see, I don't try to, like, directly tank with it a whole lot. I'm going to use cover as much as I can. Kind of peep out, take my shots. Here we get spotted, and this Arizona decides to clown on me. I'm gonna get smacked pretty good. I guess it wasn't the Arizona. I thought it was the Arizona, so I don't know. I thought it was the Arizona, but it's not. It's the Renown, who we're gonna see at the very end of the game. But for whatever reason, I'm about to bully on the Arizona out there. Take a swipe at this Renown. He's 15 clicks out, getting right at the edge of our range. Don't get much on him. We get a couple bounces, an overpen. Not a whole lot out of that. Our Mackinson gets smacked super hard. And he's going to be out of here in a second. Drew a lot of fire, and he is not oriented in a decent way. Here's the Arizona. We're going to absolutely smack on this Arizona. He's right out at the edge of our range. Like I said, our range is 16. He's at 15.7. He's just barely kind of drifting in. But you're not going to be able to see it at first because of the Caracello. But he was at full health. When he comes out from behind this Car... There you go. There you go. He was at full health. That was one salvo. Just absolutely smacked on him. Because we're over 10 kilometers, we're getting that extra bonus. And because it was a Citadel, we're getting an extra bonus. So yeah, this thing hurts when you get hit by it. Like, Nagato by itself hurts. But imagine Nagato with an... New Jersey Commander on it. It's a thing of beauty. And then the fact that you get extra pen, you get higher velocity shells. To me, this is a good ship. Everyone says this is such a bad ship. And like, just watch the game we have. Like, how is this a bad ship? Like, yes, it doesn't have armor. It's not very good at tanking. Like, it can still do work. It still does work. Notice I'm not trying to tank things. I'm using cover. Right here. I'm spotted, but I'm behind some cover. We're going to use cover very effectively this whole battle. And by the end of it, like... Yeah, we end up dying in this battle, but watch how many ships we fight. Like... Look at that map right now. Look how many ships are over at this Charlie Cap.
Achtung, melde Zielposition. Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel konzentrieren.
Looking for shots here. We wanted to line that Fubuki up, but he's going to go dark on us. We're going to end up getting him in a bit here. We're going to go back after Arizona here. Throw a little bit too much lead on there and have a shell catch the mountain. Get some damage out of it. Break a gun. We'll take it. Looking back at Fubuki again. And I want the Fubuki out of here. I have that cruiser player mentality of DDs need to die. So I'm going to make kind of a riskier play here in a second to get after that Fubuki. You can see RDD is way, way out on that flank, so he's not going to be able to help us with the Fubuki. So either somebody has to make a play on this Fubuki, or he's going to get away and get to where he can just, you know, torp without being spotted. So while he thinks he's safe here, I'm going to put myself in a very, very risky position. Again, I have no armor. Things will hurt me. But this is a play that needs to be made. Somebody's got to go get this Fubuki. So we get a spot on him real quick. Trying to watch what people are doing, who's firing, who has shots up. And now we're closing this Fubuki down. Now he's got a problem. We get a big hit right here. And he's unfortunately going to get behind this island. So I'm going to do a little, as Stabby would say, double Chinese eye fakie. Made it look like I was going to the left. We swing back to the right. He thought he was going to line me up for torps, and you're out of there, kid. Goodbye, Fubuki. That takes care of all their DDs. That leaves just battleships. And here again, we're at 60k damage. We're about to unload some big, big hits. Taking the cap. That leaves these 4 battleships in a position because they're already down 2 caps. They're losing the only cap they have. They're down points, and it's tied on ships. We have a 2DD advantage. They're in a bad way. They got to make some plays here. I'm just going to do the best I can to try and tank damage while putting out damage. Again, I don't have armor. It's a Nagato, so anybody sneezes at me, I'm going to take damage. Very aware of that. That's why you're going to see me use this island and kind of kite back and forth, trying to isolate targets as much as I can. We're about to get a big hit in this Caratello, and this is the one I was talking about. My front gun doesn't clear. And I think if it did, I would have almost full health dumbstruck this dude. Because look at that. Look at that. That hurt. And that wasn't even with the 10-kilometer bonus. That was just straight up. That hurt. That hurt my feelings. But yeah, I think if that front guns would have cleared, that might have been a full health dub strike if I would have caught maybe 1 or 2 more citadels on him. Take a shot at the Fuso. I don't know what happens with this, but I don't get a whole lot out of it. There you go. That's all I'm going to get out of that one. Got 2 pens and an overpen. I'm guessing he hit the breaker, turned out. One of the 2. I might have overled him. Still trying to get this cap, but as long as we're sitting on it, they're not getting points for it, so we're good with that. Get a big hit on this Synop here, front guns only. Yeah. Yeah. That looks like it hurt. That looks like it hurt. And basically what's going to end up happening here is, you can see I'm bleeding HP. We are going to get this down to where we leave our 2 DDs with just 1 battleship, the Renown, to deal with. That's good for a multitude of reasons. One, I don't know if that Renown has will to rebuild, so I kill his little battle buddy. So if he does have will, that gets rid of that. 2 ships can split up and get 2 caps, even though we have 2 DDs. You know, you never know, like, they might whiff their torps, that kind of thing. Get a nice shot into Fuso there, snatch a lot of his HP. But yeah, the fewer ships we can leave, the better. Like at this point, we're killing it on points. We're killing it on caps. We're tied on ship. I could park behind this island and just sit here and stay safe and survive the game. Do we want to survive this game? Let's go get them. Let's go get them. I know I'm in a Nagato. I know I got no armor, but, you know, if I can take these guys, as many as I can take before I go down, that is doing a service to my 2 DDs. So we're gonna come out here. It's basically a 3-on-1 because they can't see my DDs, so I'm the only thing to shoot at. Knock out the Caracello. Big hit. Big hit. Another Citadel. Just racking up the Citadels over here. At 152, and a ship they say is absolute trash, and you're gonna lose if it's on your team. Funny how that works. Top of the leaderboard, 2600 base XP. End up with 160,000 damage, all kinds of Citadels. Slapped the... I don't know what happened on that shot. The dispersion just bracketed that Fuso. So, like I said, I don't know if that Renown has will, so we want this Fuso out of here. I could try to stay, you know, angled to that Renown. You know, maybe get a ram on him or something. But I want to knock this Fuso out. So we are just going to bring all the guns and make sure he doesn't survive this one. No bracketing here. I go down. It's not going to matter. We have 3 caps. We have 2 DDs against 1 battleship. As long as they don't do anything stupid to throw, we're good. They've played fairly smart, so I don't think they're going to go charging in there. I kind of trust it in their hands. But again, 160,000 damage in a ship that everyone talks, you know, is just the absolute worst thing at the tier. If it's on your team, you're automatically going to lose. 2600 base, top of the team, in a blowout. How is it bad? Please explain it to me. How is it bad? That's all I have for you. I appreciate you, captains. I will catch you next time. I hope you appreciated it. Take care. Good hunting, fair seas. Bye.
There's nothing else to do. Oh, it's in color. Your hair is brown. Your eyes are